guys, it's Seda here. It's Gourmet Next Door. How was your weekend? Happy Saturday. So tonight, I'm gonna make you a roasted asparagus salad. You heard me. It's gonna be super colorful, super delicious, super light, and flavorful, of course, because Gourmet Next Door is all about the flavor, people. So let's walk through the ingredients briefly. They are a handful. So, of course, we're gonna use some fresh asparagus. I got one bunch here. For my flavorings, I'm gonna use a whole red onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 lime. I got some fresh mint here. Now, we are going to spice this salad up with few things. One of my favorite ingredients in the world is roasted red pepper, so I'm gonna use a couple of those guys. We're gonna sprinkle some feta cheese on top. And then I got some walnuts here for a little crunch, and my favorite avocado oil. You can certainly use olive oil. So with that, let's get roasting. This is a super simple salad. That's the kind of dinner I like to eat on a weekend. The first thing I'm gonna do is get the asparagus ready. So to do that, we're gonna first, of course, rescue those guys out of this package. I love fresh asparagus. I try to eat as much as possible asparagus when they're in season. And of course, still everything is imported in Dubai, but still, when it's in season, I still believe it's healthier for you. So, I'm gonna show you the asparagus trick. So we take our asparagus stalk and we give it a little push to the right, and then you're gonna see where it breaks naturally is the place where we need to cut them because the other parts are woody. You see? That's it. So what I do is usually I will line it up. Okay? So I have the one here that naturally broke off. So I'm going to use that as a guide and cut my asparagus. Now I always tell you there's tons of flavor in this, so don't throw this. Wash them and you can use it in a vegetable stock. So these guys, I'm going to give them a little wash and I'll be right back. Guys, I washed the asparagus and now I'm just putting it on a paper towel, and then I'm just gonna kind of go around, okay? I want them to dry, so this is the way I dry the asparagus, because if you put anything on wet asparagus, nothing's gonna hold on. So I'm gonna put the asparagus aside because that's the last thing I'm gonna roast. I want it to be warm. So I'm gonna, in the meantime, prepare everything else for the salad, and then we're gonna just put it together. Guys, I love to use a red onion for this recipe because red and green is a great combination, and you know that. I'm gonna go ahead and slice my onion in rings, and then I'm going to basically treat them a little bit with salt and lime, so it kind of takes out the bitterness and the harshness of the onion. And let's remember, onion, garlic, these are natural antibiotics, so it's also immune boosting. So I want these onion slices to be rather thin. I don't want too thick. So, like that, you see? Now, if you don't like onion, don't put the onion. You could also use scallions, but I prefer the red onion in this because of the color combination. That is one aggressive onion. That's why I treat the onion before I do anything with it, because otherwise you're gonna keep crying and nobody wants to eat and cry at the same time. My simple curing method: little bit salt and little bit lime or lemon, some sort of acid. You could certainly use vinegar as well for this. You just need some acid to break through that onion. Now I'm just gonna give this onion a little massage. So you see that crying effect? Exactly. That's what we're trying to get rid of in the taste as well. So I do this first because I want this onion to basically render out that bitterness. That's why we do it first. And I have these gorgeous ribbons of red onion now, you see? They're perfect. Guys, I love a little fresh mint in salads. The thing with mint is it doesn't last very long, so when I buy it, I always try to use it as soon as possible. I also make some mint tea, which is you just steep the leaves basically in some almost boiling water, and it's super great for you. It's a digestive, it smells nice, soothes your tummy, so lots and lots of benefits. When I was in Morocco, actually, they have the best mint tea. So that's where I got introduced to it, but that one has lots of sugar. So when I make mine, of course, I make it without sugar. What I'm going to be doing is, I got my red roasted peppers here. You can certainly roast them yourselves, but I love the jarred kind. It just takes every single pain out of roasting these peppers. So I'm gonna use 2 of these. So it requires a bit of fishing, but we take out these gorgeous peppers. Then I'm gonna give them a nice rough chop. So roasted red peppers, this is very high in vitamin C. It has lots of fiber, and it brings a little bit of sweetness, of course, to the dish. So now I'm gonna put it in my bowl here. Guys, now I'm gonna move on to the dressing. Why? Because everything else is gonna be done very quickly. So I have some fresh garlic here. I found this in the Turkish supermarket, and it's absolutely more flavorful, and for sure is the natural stuff. So none of that kind of fake grown stuff. So amazing. I'm gonna grate 2 cloves of garlic into a bowl, and this is gonna make my dressing. I love garlic in dressings. It just makes everything so much more flavorful. Guys, I just turned on my air fryer to 200 degrees, and it's gonna warm up in few minutes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get my acid and my oil into my simple vinaigrette. Nothing complicated, okay? So I'm gonna squeeze half a lime. I want this dressing to be bright, so I'm not gonna use really any mustard or anything really heavy. This is gonna be a super light, very nice dressing. So I got my 2 garlic cloves, half a lime here. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. Now, the ratio of vinaigrette is usually, not always, it's usually 3 parts olive oil and 1 part acid. But in mine, I'm using 2. So I put 1 ratio of acid, and I'm gonna put 2 ratio of olive oil. And we just whisk it. So we want this to be emulsified. It's gonna coat all those amazing vegetables, and it's gonna be delicious. So, absolutely perfect. Guys, now let's change our focus and move on to our asparagus. So, my asparagus is all dry. To make it easier, I'm actually gonna chop it now. So I'm gonna chop the asparagus in smaller pieces. Perfect. This way it's gonna be super easy to throw it into my salad. So this goes all into my bowl here. Remember, when you're air frying, a little bit olive oil, little bit salt, and then we give them a little shaky dance, Now, this is all ready to go into the air fryer. 200 degrees, 5 minutes. Absolutely love my air fryer. Honestly, I don't know what I did before this thing. So, the dressing is done. Now I want to go ahead and get my walnuts chopped up. Walnuts are of course amazing for you in terms of omega-3s. they promote heart health, right? Brain health. So, and they add a lovely crunch. So I'm doing this chopping carefully because I don't want these nuts to fly all over the kitchen. Since I got a little vacuum cleaner under my feet here. You guys know what I'm talking about. Mr. Bruno. He actually likes vegetables too. This dog is incredible. Perfect. Now we're gonna move this into our bowl here. Excellent. Now I'm gonna chop my mint. So we make little ribbon. We roll it like a cigar, the herbs, and then we give them a nice chop. Now when you're cutting herbs, do it in one motion. Don't go back and forth with the knife because you will bruise the whatever herb that you are cutting. Just a couple of cuts through. That's it. Smells so lovely. Our mint. I'm gonna wait until I add the asparagus and then I'm gonna garnish it with the onions and the feta cheese, and this salad is done. Guys, please tell me if there's any other device on the planet that will cook asparagus in 5 minutes and you can have a fancy, healthy, delicious dinner. It doesn't exist. And that's it. That's the wonderful sound of food being ready. Look at this gorgeous asparagus. It's perfectly roasted. It's cooked, but it's nice and tender, not dead, because vegetables are already dead, right? So don't overkill them, please. So now the warm asparagus goes in. You can see the steam. Now is the time to add our gorgeous dressing, because the asparagus is warm, so it's gonna soak up all those flavors. I want every drop in there. Now we give this a nice mix here. Wow, the mint, the gorgeous red peppers, the walnuts. Yeah, but remember, the salad's not done yet. So, I'm gonna plate it up. Guys, remember, asparagus is super high in fiber, vitamin C. It's super amazing for you. Look how gorgeous that plate looks. Please, people. Now the finishing touches. I'm gonna put some nice little onions. Now I am going to crumble some feta cheese. Of course, I'm Turkish, I love feta. But it adds such a nice salty bite to the salad. Also protein. Let's make a little feta snow here. It's just simply gorgeous. In my dressing, I didn't use my avocado oil, so I'm gonna drizzle a little bit avocado oil on top, not too much, so I can get the benefit of that avocado. The last thing, I mean, it's gorgeous. Look at this plate. I'm gonna add a little black sesame seeds. You know I love these things because it's gonna pop everything. Little black sesame seed on top. There you have it. This is my roasted asparagus salad. Bon appetit! Guys, let's give this a try. Honestly, it's gorgeous. It's super flavorful. It's super healthy for you. And I don't see why you wouldn't eat this way, because it's just so good. So, you know me. I want everything in one bite. That seems pretty perfect. There's so many textures in this salad. It's soft and crunchy and salty and sweet, and there's lots of things going on. Talk about healthy indulgence. Thanks for watching. Guys, lots of cities are opening up, but my recommendation is still stay home, stay safe. Take care, everybody. Ciao.